It was overwhelming and underwhelming at the exact same time. Kind of like most all things on the mission, in all honesty. I had been up in the Northwest before. I'd been to Seattle. I don't know, I was like, okay, I kind of like know what's up here. It wasn't super foreign to me. But anyone who's been to Tacoma ever knows it's just a really weird place. Like, it's just really weird. I love it, but it's weird. And I was put into a trio right off the bat. So I had 2 trainers, and like we just had a blast. And it was funny because I guess I had like the fresh eyes on just how like strange and idiosyncratic like our area really was. Like why is that happening? Or what are they wearing? Or like, why are the dogs, like, why are there 19 of them, like all in one little house? And just all these different things. And it was like the most hilarious, funny thing, because I know for some people it's like a super shock and they just kind of get really put off by it, or they like, don't know how to like relate to people. I just found it hilarious. So you just kind of laugh it off and roll with it and just chalk it up to being like your mission experience. But ultimately at the end of the day, things were super normal. Like, I was still in the States. They still had Target, and we were in cars, and we had cell phones, and nothing really was that different. I was different, but nothing else was really that different. So pretty easy adjustment. My very first night in the field, so I flew in, got picked up by the mission president and his wife. They like drove me. I met my 2 companions at the mission office, and like we kind of like finished out the rest of the evening, just like walking around doing missionary things. I'm like, okay, well, this is really easy. Like, okay, just kind of like slid right into the swing of things. And that night we got a text. It was one of the like Mormon.org referrals from this woman named Chloe. And Chloe is just one of my favorite people in the world. She referred herself on Mormon.org. She's like, I need a Book of Mormon. I need home teachers. Yada, yada, yada. Like all these things. She'd had a couple connections with the LDS church, kind of like all growing up. And then she's like finally in a position where she's like, this is what I need right now. Like, and I need it now. And we met her the next day, and we ended up teaching Chloe and her sister, Mindy, and they're just some of my absolute favorite people. They just have this innate understanding of gospel principles. And so it's cool because at that point, like, I mean, I didn't have a ton of teaching experience, but it was really, really nice to be in a trio, because if I wasn't speaking, then I had 2 other companions who could like make it still go. But Mindy and Chloe just taught us so much more than we taught them, like in a very literal sense. Like they wanted all the little like pamphlets up front. They're like, we want all the talkies, like give us all like our little talkies. And like they just wanted us to come back, and like they would like study for us and just have these amazing experiences with prayer, with the Book of Mormon, with like seeing their family change as like they started living gospel principles and like living like the word of wisdom, and like just so cool. It was definitely a testament that like we are not in control of missionary work at the end of the day, like by any means. Like, this is the Lord's work. He says that he'll hasten in his own time. And there was really nothing that like I did, or that what my 2 companions did, that like earned us getting to meet Mindy and getting to meet Chloe and having her text us like my first night in the field. Like, there's nothing that I did that like, I don't know, like qualified me for that. In fact, I was probably like really underqualified. But it was so cool because that is just one of these really big friendships that I know will last for absolutely forever. Mindy and Chloe are just this, they are the Ramblin' Rose sisters. They are like little missionaries. They are just some of my biggest examples of like just living faithfully, because they're so willing to do and to trust and just to try. And through it, like, their mom has been baptized, and I was able to go back for her baptism, and just slowly, like, their family is coming to see the importance of the gospel. And they have their sights set on the temple and being sealed together as a family someday, and just like receiving more blessings, and just way cool. Like, that's probably one of like the biggest highlights of my time in Parkland. Other stuff, less awesome, a lot less awesome, like getting fed ridiculous food that totally makes you sick, like, all the time. But it's interesting. If you'd asked me while I was in Tacoma, like in Lakewood, or like in the mission field in general, like how difficult or hard or like not fun things were, then like it's really easy to figure out like exactly what's not fun, what exactly is like really difficult, and why things are hard. And the longer that I'm away from it, the more those things just completely fade out. Like, the stuff that actually sticks with you from your mission is like the amazing, super spiritual, happy, like love-filled times. Like, those, they last so much longer, and I was not anticipating that, because everyone's mission is really hard. Every missionary who serves ever knows that it is like one of the harder things you're going to do in your life. And yet, like, I don't remember how it felt necessarily with why it was hard. I remember feeling all like the happy stuff, like that stuff I can still feel, and I can totally remember all the hard stuff, but I don't have the same kind of like emotional attachment to it, which is a really big blessing, because again, missions are meant to be enjoyed long after you've left them.